Fire in the hole. Let's make a sandwich. Stay tuned. So I got a little bit of inspiration from Facebook the other day. My buddy Manuel, you know him as El Rabbit from El Rabbit's Barbecue. He posted this video on Facebook. This is a piece of semolina bread. I'm just going to cut that open. Make this sandwich. Anyway, he posted this video of this guy. The guy is a rapper named Action Bronson. Get my sandwich bread open. And he posted this video of what he calls the world's greatest sandwich. And I have to agree, the sandwich was awesome. But the guy is completely off the wall. I'm going to put a link in the description. If you want to watch this video, I have to warn you, it's full of profanity and drug use. So be forewarned. If you want to watch it, that's fine. I mean, it's a good video. It's funny and it's informative, but you might not like it. You don't want your kids to watch it, that's for sure. Anyway, we're going to make this sandwich. I can't possibly duplicate the things that Action Bronson has, because he has ingredients from around the world that I'm not privy to. But I'm going to do my best. So like the first thing he's got is, he's got this sludgy grape residue. This is my substitute for that. This is grape jelly. I got a little bit of cherry preserves in there and some red wine. Some of this Robert Mondavi Cabernet Sauvignon. And what we're going to do with that is spread. That's in an old El Rabbit's jar. I got tons of them. We're going to take that and spread it on one side of the bread. Oh good, they're pressure washing. That's good news. Lots of noise from my video. Excellent. So anyway, we're going to spread that on one side of the bread like that. That's pretty good stuff. Then I've got some hoagie spread. This is cherry pepper hot hoagie spread. Now Action Bronson had some special, some kind of special stuff. I don't know what it was, but it probably wasn't, you know, this is pretty pedestrian compared to that. We're going to get that on there anyway. We're going to do our best. We're trying to duplicate this guy's video. He's got ingredients from around the world, and we can't compete. But anyway, we got our bread set up. Now what we got to do now is set up our meat. We got to get the frying pan on the hot fire and get it screaming hot. Got a cast iron pan. I don't know, you probably can't see that, but here's my, I got a hanger steak. What Action Bronson used was a nice thick ribeye. I got this little hanger steak. It's going to be just fine. I'm going to slather it with some Sang stir fry oil. Now he just put olive oil on his, but I'm using Sang's because I use Sang's for everything, and Sang's is my sponsor. So there, you know, what can I say? And then we're just going to take some salt and salt that thing. We're going to salt it, a lot of salt on it. You know, what it looks like a lot of salt, but it's not really. Not really. We're going to flip that over, get some on the other side, some of that Sang's, and some salt. And you saw on my bread, I've got that hot pepper spread. Plenty of salt, because what's going to happen here is I'm going to drop this into a really hot frying pan, and it's going to kind of get blackened. It's going to actually get blackened up. So let me show you the frying pan, which is over here getting hot. We're going to get our steak in there and get that steak blackened up. And then we'll let the steak rest, and we'll finish up dressing up the sandwich. And then while the steak is resting, we'll have a beer. So stay tuned. Okay, my cast iron pan is screaming hot. We're going to drop that steak in there, just like that. You hear that sizzle? That's what we're going for. And we're going to do this in real time. It's not going to take no time at all for that steak to get cooked on one side. Then we're going to flip it over and cook it on the other side. I got to clean my plate out while I'm talking. Just bear with me, enjoy the music while we're cleaning the plate. I just wanted to wipe the plate out because I'm going to put that steak back in the plate to rest. When we get it done, wipe that sucker out with my trusty antibacterial wipes and a paper towel. Okay. Yeah, that steak is laying flat on that pan, as you can see. He's cooking. There's no way near cooking through. Now we're going to flip him. And he's not really what we wanted. It's cooked, but what we wanted was almost a blackened. So I'm going to let him cook some more. He's a pretty thin steak, so I really don't want to cook it. I don't want to overcook it. That's the bottom line. Just going to let him cook some more on there with that well-salted hanger steak. You don't want to move it either. You want it to lay flat in the pan. When you watch Action Bronson's video, you'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, he completely blackened that steak. It was totally black, but my steak's not as thick as his. So I really don't want to thicken it. I don't want to blacken it that much because I still want it to be rare on the inside. And I'm going to turn it again. I probably shouldn't, but I am. Yeah, it's nowhere near where it ought to be. I'm just afraid it's going to cook. I'm afraid it's going to get too cooked, and I don't want that. I want it to still be rare in the middle. So I think what I'm going to do is get it off of there and put it in the plate and let it rest, and then we'll slice it up and finish up this sandwich. So stay tuned. Okay, my steak is resting, and what we're going to do now is take some basil that I got out of my little herb garden and throw some basil on there, on that sandwich. Some nice Italian basil. A couple of leaves of that. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Fresh basil, fresh herbs, nothing like it. Take some fresh herbs and throw on there. And that's enough basil right there. I'm going to slice up this steak, and I'm going to get it on the cutting board so it doesn't slip and slide everywhere, and then I'll put it in the plate as I'm cutting it. I'm going to slice into it. And because it was so thin, it cooked a little bit more than I wanted it to, but it's not bad. Not bad at all. I'm going to slice it up thin. Yeah, it's not bad. It's a medium rare. Let me see if I can show you that. See that? Not too bad. I've seen worse. Let me get that sliced up. There you go. There's a strip of steak right there. There's a strip of steak right there. And another. Starting to show its true colors there. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. How's that look? Not too bad, not too shabby. Cut up some more. You want this to be a hearty sandwich. You want quite a bit of meat on that sandwich. I'm gonna cut that fat off there and throw that out. Don't want any fat. Yes, sir. Looking pretty good, buddy. Okay, let's get the meat on there. Get those strips of steak on there. Pretty good looking meat right there. It's kind of rare, just like I like it. And I'm glad I didn't overcook it. Get some meat on there. There's plenty of meat on that sandwich, let me tell you what. Okay. Now we got to put some cheese on there. So let me get some cheese. What I got is some, this is Fontina cheese. It's an Italian cheese. And we're going to drop that on there. Just like Action Bronson did. And the coup de grace, if you will. Action Bronson had some olive oil that cost like $30 a bottle. This costs about $5 a bottle. This is more expensive than I normally buy, but we're just going to drizzle some of that on there. Some of that olive oil. That's a good quality olive oil. $5 a bottle is kind of high. It's kind of expensive. It's more expensive than Sang stir fry oil. It's more expensive than I would normally buy for you know, to cook with, but it's more for drizzling. Anyway, there's my sandwich. Let me get a picture of it and go get a beer and we'll take a taste of it, so stay tuned. So there you go, friends and neighbors. There's the ridiculously frosty Root Boy mug, and here's today's beer. This is from the Ninkasi Brewing Company, Eugene, Oregon, Dawn of the Red, a red IPA, Red India Pale Ale, 7% by volume. I've been dying to try this one. A red IPA, that's good because you're supposed to drink wine with this, but I don't drink wine, I drink beer. So we'll take a red IPA and we'll substitute it for wine. Well, it's not as red as I thought it would be. Not red at all, really. Let's see, let's pour it out and see what happens. 7% IPA. Supposedly a red IPA. It's got a bit of a reddish tint to it, I guess you could say. Let's take a sniff of that. See how that smells. Ah, it smells good. It smells very good. You can smell the hops and the hint of citrus. Let's quaff the froth off it, Roll. What do you think? Boy, that's really good. 7% alcohol, and I didn't get that alcohol bite, you know what I mean? So it was pretty good. Dawn of the Red. Anyway, it's time to chow down on this sandwich. Look at this sandwich. This is not the greatest sandwich in the world. This is just a tribute. Let me take a bite of that. That's excellent. I'm sorry I'm talking with my mouth full. I want you to see inside of it. I was going to cut it open, but I changed my mind. That is awesome. What an awesome sandwich. That's so good. So, a quick video this week. Don't forget to go in the bucket and look at the original video, Action Bronson. This guy is totally off the wall, but he cooked up a hell of a sandwich, let me tell you. I did the best I could do. I should, looks awful, doesn't it? Looks like I've been chowing down on it, which I have. Let me cut that off of there. I'm gonna eat that anyway. That is so good. Look at that. Yeah, go check out Action Bronson. And go in the bucket and buy some El Rabbit's barbecue sauce. I'll put the link to his Facebook page. And you know what I always say, if you like this crap, please subscribe. If you don't, go and see El Rabbit's barbecue on YouTube. Go to his Facebook page, buy his sauce. You can make this sandwich pretty much the way I made it. It's pretty good. It's got the perfect blend of sweet and heat. The sweet from the jelly stuff and the heat from the hoagie spread. It's awesome. It's awesome. Now, if you can afford the ingredients that Action Bronson gets, you're better off, but I couldn't get them. I did the best I could. Anyway, baby, that's my video. Come back next week. We may not cook anything good, but we will drink a beer. And don't forget to look down in the description. I'll leave you a whole bunch of links. You have plenty to do, okay? Okay, babies, bye.